everyone to session
Wait, I have a question.
14 or 15 of occupation, depending on how you count it. Last week we had some technical difficulties with our streaming service, so we did kind of a little bit of a 0.5 session offline where the group kind of determined where they wanted to go next with their adventure. Because a little bit of a recap, the group had 3 different missions they could decide to undertake. After successfully completing the Retribution for Terrace Arc and succeeding in Mandalore, the Enlightened's plan to destroy the Yuzon Vong world ships in return for the devastation, or as a retribution for the devastation unleashed on Terrace. The group was able to successfully complete their mission, destroying a world ship, but not before making friends with, or not making friends, making the acquaintance of a Yuzon Vong warrior or shaper, who they were able to help along with his plan of proving that he was not he was not unworthy by the gods. He was not a shamed one, and were able to prove that he was innocent and kind of set up by his boss, as well as the group, and especially Val, earning his respect a little bit with the way they conducted themselves throughout this whole exchange. But after that, and after letting Vralik Val go his own way, the group escaped off the world ship and made their way back to Tafanda Station, where the factions of the galaxy had a couple of different opportunities for them to help shift the tide of the war. The group decided to aid in 2 of these opportunities, allowing the Chancellor Ovano's son, who had become stranded behind enemy lines, the Yuzon Vong enemy lines, and potentially being found, they decided to pass off that mission from the Jedi, focusing one on from the Sith as well as the Galactic Rebellion. The first one we're going to take is the one that the Sith brought up. The Sith had discovered that the Yuzon Vong had been able to shape and breed Terran attacks, crazy, powerful creatures born out of dark side sorcery and alchemy that the Sith eventually lost control of and have been one of their primary hunters. But the Yuzon Vong seem to have been able to bend the beast to their will, enhancing them with their own biological creations, and seem set to loose them upon the Force users of the galaxy. The group decided to band together, well, actually didn't decide to band together. The group actually split along 2 lines. This is going to be the first of 2 separate missions, with the Force users of the party deciding to ally together and take out the Terran attack. With Lord Malachi and Horus undertaking the effort with getting some reinforcements by the various factions that support the party, which we'll meet in a second. While they're doing this, Val and Vars are going to be reaching out to a reclusive species named the CC Rue, uncovered by the rebellion, as well as an old favorite Dash, after he soured the relationship a little bit with not believing the CC Rue were real creatures. And for anybody that's never looked at the CC Rue, Google them. They're like crazy looking, like T-Rex-ish like creatures. They do look kind of made up. But with that, he soured the rebellion's chance to make an alliance with these creatures. So they brought in, or they hoped to bring in, to find the station to see if they can bring in the CC Rue, primarily due to their extremely advanced droid and droid starfighter technology, hoping that that could help turn the tide of the war, especially with their position far behind, behind the enemy lines of the Yuzon Vong on the galactic scale. So with that, Vars and Val opted to separate from the group and head off and handle the CC Rue and hopefully begin to negotiate, at least, if not a treaty, at least to bring them into the war on the side of the galaxy. But with that, we're going to pick up with the crew. So this is before Vars and Val have left off. You guys are still on Tafanda Station. We're kicking it off with the Terran attack mission to Mustafar. But the group, the biggest thing the group has to determine now is how you guys are going to make your way onto Mustafar. Mustafar is deep in enemy territory. It's going to be a challenge for you guys to get into position with that without either alerted the Volk or getting shot down above their space. Because this isn't like when Dom Berdon, where it kind of bordered the hut space. This is well within, pretty established. They've controlled this territory for nearly a year. For anybody that's looking on the standard galactic map, it is an L19, I think. So the very bottom of the map down there, very close to where Vela was too. So this is definitely deep in Yuzon Vong territory. The group will be able to kind of find and kind of different various methods they can try to make their way in. This will be entirely up to you guys. A little bit of what we're going to be doing with this. It is going to be a skill challenge for how you guys make your way aboard there. But we're going to be doing a little bit different than we've done it before. So at base, if you guys did nothing, the DC for this skill challenge will be 23. You guys will have a chance through your efforts to prepare to bring that down by 6, bring it down to 17. Making it manageable for you guys to go through. This is going to be 4 successes before 3 failures. You guys can Val, Vars, you all are still here, so you can definitely utilize your assistance if you guys have clever plans of that way. Actually, I'll throw this to you. Would you guys want to bring in your new PCs now, or bring them in after? And while they're thinking about that too, since they're splitting up the group, we decided to bring in 4 NPCs from the various factions. So the Hutt's providing a representative, the Mandalorians, Jedi, Sith, and they've got 4 different reps. They've already chosen who they'll be playing on the other team's mission. So your choice on the side. Do you guys want to bring in your new guys, or kind of use your old guys to help out and help the crew prepare to find their way onto Mustafar, sneaking heavily into enemy lines, especially with this being a Vong Shaper bastion? So what's the crew thinking?
I feel like Vars would probably Yep, he'd be I don't know, focusing on Val on getting things started. So let's bring in the I'll bring in the Jedi Knight Peacekeeper.
Perfect. And with these, I should have mentioned this earlier. I know we had mentioned this last section, but just in case you forgot, you guys can flavor these. They're from the Jedi, but completely your PC for this. So flavor them how you like. The only thing that matters is their faction rep. And outside of that, you're good to go.
Yeah, well, Arden Tell, a Padawan whose master fell during Horus's last foray against the Vong.
Oh,
Has been assigned to Horus. I don't know if it's a cruel joke of the Jedi, or maybe an opportunity for learning, or maybe both. But he begrudgingly accepted the will of the Masters and has been sent to the Vonda Station to assist Horus in whatever he needs. It just happens to be that it's to go face a Force-killing monster. So
that definitely does seem like the Jedi. Sending another knight to help Horus find his way, but also to help. And what was your PC's name again?
Arden Tell.
Arden Tell. Oh, also, I should have mentioned this earlier. You should be able to change the name on your PC's thing. So definitely, if you want to throw that in there. But I could definitely see them showing, try to have Horus kind of see a model, or I'm not sure if he's a model Jedi Knight, but Horus see another Jedi Knight in action, as well as trying to get Arden Tell to forgive Horus and let go of the memory of his master. Definitely seems very Jedi-ish.
Yeah. Before we move on, I know that I'd end up using Vars's credits to give this guy a better chance, because that armor class of 14 is kind of mean. I'm guessing he's modeled after a Guardian, right?
He does, but he's got battle precognition too, I think.
Does he?
So that should bump it up to 17.
Okay. Has no effect. All right, so 17's not so bad. I didn't even see that. Never mind. Okay, never mind. I'll just let that one go.
That's it. And I can't remember if I built this one. I'm 80% sure I did. But for the Night Sister Smuggler, I think I didn't build the Mandalorian, but I'm pretty sure I built the 3 Force users and the Smuggler. So they should all have some good stuff to give you some usefulness. But they can also be found, I think they're on Kit Fitzo's Codex. I built them probably years ago now. Wow. Probably about 3 or 4 years ago now.
Time flies.
Yeah.
I heard something about a great saber and immediately thought back to those mean Sith warriors.
Wow.
That saber looks pretty great. All right. Well, never mind. Hooray for 17.
We'll say that Val, or Vars at least, is preparing for the mission. Val, do you want to bring in your PC now, or is Val gonna assist the Force? Actually, knowing Val, he probably won't assist the Force users. Now that I said it out loud, but definitely your choice there.
Yeah. So Val's he's busy. So I'll bring in the new character, Cad Cal, goes by Cad. So after the losses in the last foray that Horus was involved in, they decided that maybe we need someone to kind of oversee, and so they brought in someone from their intelligence operation to try to monitor the situation to ensure that an accurate report gets filed, so that the Jedi Council can understand why we lost so many Jedi in this next adventure.
Why does it feel like Horus got 2 babysitters?
Because Horus decided to go on the mission with the Sith, and every master with, okay, keep an eye on him.
I mean, the last time you went out there, how many Jedi died? Do you remember?
I should have wrote this down. I think it was about 80.
Listen,
I mean,
this is the first time something like that happened with Horus, but it is probably the biggest number he ever achieved.
You see, the fact that you're using the word achieved versus suffered is
Yeah.
just
The
worth
mission
noting.
was a success. The Vong, no better now.
Yeah, and
I can't say with a straight face. Horus.
Well, yeah. Well, that's why Horus has babysitters. Plural.
Hey, I'm gonna take this Sith to go get this really dangerous creature. You guys go to that?
Maybe give it to Dominus. We're not sure yet. We're not sure.
Yeah. We'll send you aid.
We'll play it by ear. See how it goes.
And viewers, part of the non-recorded session. The other half of outside of going and destroying the Shaper's Den was Dominus promised some pretty nice rewards if they were able to bring him a living Terran attack. Which the group initially, when they were all going on the same mission, was vehemently opposed to. But now it's a little bit more of a toss-up, it sounds like. Perfect. So Malachi and Horus, you see these 2 agents kind of board the Tafanda station, representatives to help you guys go hunting for the Terran attack as you guys begin making your plans. I don't know if I mentioned this. So Arden, Cad, what do your PCs look like? If you mentioned this, I apologize. I completely blanked on it.
Oh, you go ahead.
Oh, okay. He is a fairly young, youthful in face, but not in stature. He's a big Jedi, and that's why he's wielding a great saber, because of his great bulk. He's, again, I still want to go with the fairly young. So he's grew up faster than he knew what to do with. So he's large, he's strong, but he's still not sure of his place in the galaxy at large. And you can see that in his stature. He's unsure.
I thought he's got that like really tall guy. He got tall like too quickly. He's got that not looming, but that awkward like just standing.
Yeah, just like, I don't know. Should I be here? I don't know. I'll just find a corner. Yeah, that kind of a.
Perfect. All right.
So, CAD, pretty average build, kind of nondescript clothing. It's not shabby, but it's not fine. Probably looks more comfortable at a SPOC table than in a planning room for the operation. Kind of a holster on the hip with a blaster in it, and pretty casual stance in demeanor.
Nice. Perfect. Well, you guys come in, finding Lord Malachi and Horace in the planning room. The kind of fiery red planet of Mustafar hovering on the hollow table in front of you. Yeah, that's the next big session. The next big piece is kind of how you guys make your way through pretty dangerous enemy territory and make your way onto Mustafar, so you get a chance to destroy the Shaper's Den and potentially maybe give Darth Dominus a Terran attack.
Unlikely. But let's see how Malachi tries to persuade the Jedi representatives.
Yeah, it is a group of some babysitters for Horus to make sure things go according to the council's wishes.
So, prep time then. Do the two newcomers have any ideas?
I regret to inform you, Horace, that I am fairly untested against the Vong. So I know little in the way that might help with evading them.
And Horace would he'd nod to that and say, "Comes to a bit of a great surprise to me. Your master fought well against them. He took down many scarheads that were venerable. He saved many lives that day. I thank you for accompanying us, Audie."
It's our own lives to achieve our goals here. He's narrowing his eyes hardcore. He is holding back some venom, but the code wins again.
Horace, comment on that. Any Jedi would be proud of your self-control you show now. My methods are less than savory to many other Jedi, but given what happened during the attack the Vong launched on us all that time ago, this is the cost of war right now. If it requires my life, so be it. I believe any Jedi would stand by that too. It's just the cost is quite high. Let's make sure they don't ramp up the price with this Tyrantitech. Now. And Horace will stare at the shuttle and think. Because right now he's got nothing on, like, how do we evade the Vong? He's used to being sent to a planet, that being taken care of by someone else. I imagine he's not too certain himself.
Perfect. I mean, so yeah, you guys got some options on this side. So it kind of depends on how you want to play it. You got some of the forces that have to find the station at your call. What's into that deep could be a suicide run for them. You can try to go in quiet. It's kind of all about how the party wants to handle this.
Suicide run, you say?
Yeah.
Nobody and perception. Ah, yes, I can see that they see me.
Actually, I kind of wanted to ask, would it be possible for Horus to channel lightsaber forms into ship maneuvers? Kind of like how taking the principles of, say, Sorisu and trying to be as defensive as possible, evasive as possible.
Yeah, I think that'd be possible. We do a will save for that.
All right. I'll keep them in my back pocket for now. That's not quite preparation. That feels like more in the action kind of deal.
I was just about to say that'd be for the challenge itself, for sure.
So Cad would kind of step forward and say, "Oh, Master Horus, it's good to finally meet you." And you'll kind of give a little bit of a nod. But I've heard lots of great things from the other Jedi Masters, and I don't want to say it off on the wrong foot. I'm a friend. I'm here to help. But the problem is Jedi's think about things a little linear. You know, sometimes you got to have a little misdirection. And we know that the Vong have allies. Those allies aren't the smartest. We might be able to send a little miscommunication their way. Maybe they'll feed that to the Vong. And kind of mechanically, I guess what I would try to achieve is, or offer, is what if we fed information to the exchange that was incorrect with the assumption the exchange would happily pass that on to the Vong, as we know that they kind of look for favor.
Definitely. So you can try to so what type of rumor, what type of false information would CAD spread?
Yeah, so in the events, what has happened recently, the Mandalorian took up the ship. So maybe it would be that the Mandalorians and the Sith are planning a joint operation into another sector, hopefully trying to draw some of their ships away.
Definitely, you could try to say, especially if you're trying to pull resources off, that the Mandalorians and the Sith, because I think they do both share a border with it, are trying to retake Ethor, which is the other place they're shaping Terran attacks.
Yeah, that'll work. What does everyone kind of think?
Horus would approve.
I think it could work.
Yeah,
Sweet.
so Cad go, we know that the Mandalorians and the Sith have been ramping up operations. We could leak that they're headed to Ethor. Maybe the Vong will send some ships out that direction, maybe thin out those patrols a little bit, allowing us to sneak in.
Perfect. Give me a deception check.
All right, so deception.
Nice. Yeah, you get that off. Like, you start spreading, through your connections with the Jedi. The Hutt cartels are able to kind of spread that rumor around, get it to the exchange that there's an attack coming on Ethor. There's this is where the not only the Jedi, the Sith, the Dominion, as well as along with the Mandalorians, are trying to retake Ethor, remove that blight from the galaxy when the Vong took it and fractured the Alliance. So you get exchange, kind of chatter and hotspots, kind of typing wide with that and kind of reporting that to the Yuzon Vong, bringing your DC down from 23 down to 22. And with this too, I want to say as well, that was great. Feel free to get creative. Don't worry about the skills your PC has. We'll figure out a role for it. But anything that you think could get you into a hostile territory and landing on the planet a little bit easier, feel free to kind of throw that in, whatever it may be.
Okay. Well, I'm Art Intel, since we're essentially going to be going through Dominion territory to get to Mustafar by the looks of it. it's safe to assume that the Dominion have reports of Vong activity in that area, considering the proximity of their border to that. Is that a safe assumption? Because what I want Arden.
Yeah, Dominion territory would probably be the easiest way to get there. To get to
Okay.
Mustafar through the Yuuzhan Vong territory.
Okay. Well, Arden Till would like to survey, or at least try to decipher a pattern in the movements of the Vong ships and try to find gaps, ideal opportunities, maybe not sloppiness, because Vong are pretty disciplined, but keep an eye out for gaps.
Definitely. And Lord Galvin would definitely share this with the group, providing pretty much any of the intel that they could gather on that side for you to review. Give me either your choice of insight or perception, whichever you feel, or investigation too, whichever you feel would kind of allow you to kind of go through and figure out where where the weaknesses are, where the sloppiness are. Solid. Another success there. You're able to go through and you find the Yuuzhan Vong are pretty diligent soldiers. But one of the big things about them is they're overeager. They are glory and battle hungry, and you find kind of one of the sectors, just kind of on the border of the Dominion and Yuuzhan Vong space, where it just seems like whoever's commanding it is trying to get a promotion, just cover himself in glory, and you see that they kind of often overextend their ships and kind of go completely haphazardly when an enemy comes through, and you kind of leaving holes. So you think you can kind of find a good spot to pilot yourself through if you have a distraction with you too. That brings your DC down to 21.
All right. Horus knows that Mustafar is a place where there's a great connection to the Force, right? There's a slight echo here.
Yeah, it is echoing a little bit bad today. But yeah, so we'll say it's at least within Galvin's report or common knowledge. We'll say either way, Horus came across it. I would say deep connection to the Force, but it is definitely strong. And there's a strong dark side current through the planet.
On a similar route of setting a route to Mustafar. Oh, sorry, I'll be right back.
No worries. Malachi, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay. Looks like we lost you for a second. So Malachi, what are you thinking as the plans go underway to make their way into the station, or make their way into Mustafar?
Was there any way to see any immediate effects to the rumors that our smuggler CAD has started prior to entering this, or prior to even heading to the system?
So for ship movements on the Yuuzhan Vong, no, but you can definitely see kind of with CAD on that side, we'll be able to notice that some of the Yuuzhan Vong, not the Yuuzhan Vong, exchange networks and HoloNet hubs on that side have been kind of repeating it and squawking about it and starting to kind of make plans towards it.
Kind of to augment the efforts that he is putting to potentially draw forces. I kind of want to do something of the same nature that's more localized to the planet itself. So arriving in system at two different points of the system, with one of those arrivals being a little bit more noticeable, and that would be a small contingent of the fighters that we have on hand. Now, I don't want to throw away our finite resources, so I'm thinking a squad or a small party that could be considered a scouting party, or would be interpreted as a scouting party, whatever is normal to that amount, be sent and simply be a distraction to any Vong forces that are within the space above Mustafar, and potentially responding from the surface of Mustafar, coming in when they see us, or see them rather, which is the goal.
Definitely. So you've got some choices to kind of who to bring on this side. You've got the Roidian Mutts. You've got some of the refugee trained space fighters or starfighters on that side. So who you're bringing in, I'll give you a little bit of background on this one as well. This one will be a faction role on that side. So it'll be 40-10 for the Tafanda station versus, or I think it's 3D10. I have to look my notes on that side, but it'll be basically versus a smaller array, so it'll be even up with the Yuzon Vong. If you guys lose that one, you're still going to get the bonus to your DC check either way, but if you lose that, you'll lose those forces.
Okay.
And your faction rank could go down.
So I'm just rolling that. I'm not actually rolling any sort of skill that I have.
If you guys want to use faction resources to kind of go from two different points, that would be that. Exactly. You get to be the roller, though. We'll roll that once we get to that section, though. But if you want to bring those to bear, that does bring the DC down to 21, with the potential of the faction die going down.
I thought we were at 21. We're at 22 right now?
22 what?
The DC's at 22 currently.
22, yeah, it'd bring it down to 21.
Okay, cool. So 40-10?
Not right now, though. It would bring when we get to that kind of section in the fiction there. You bring the DC down either way. It's just whether or not you keep those forces.
Okay. And if I can give any sort of rallying speech to them, I'll do that for the crew as well before we head out on our mission.
Perfect. What does Malachi say to him?
If I do have a choice between who I'm going to choose, I'm definitely going to pick the more experienced out of the two options, which would be our mutts. Small contingents of them, but I guess, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going on a mission that requires precision, courage, and flawless skill. Our task is no small feat. I need you to create a diversion at Mustafar, engaging only enough to allow our shuttle to land undetected. This is critical. The safety of our shuttle and the success of our ground team depend on your ability to distract and evade long enough for us to land. Trust in your training and keep the objective clear. And as I turn away, let's execute this mission to perfection.
Perfect. Give me a persuasion check. Are you using anything there, or letting it stand?
I don't know. I don't know what our resources are at the moment for inspiration.
You guys have one in the pocket.
Yeah, I'm not using
For
that.
once, I say we save the inspiration.
Yeah, definitely. The 12 stands.
Yeah, you see, like some of them, the Roidian mutts kind of get a little pepped up, but some of them are kind of confused with almost a turn demeanor in Malachi, knowing that they're being almost sent to what could be their deaths. They kind of get like a little inspired, but just really not not gung-ho about this mission. You see apprehension on their faces, stress kind of through their eyes, tight body language as Malachi speaks to them. But yeah, they're ready to do their duty, but they're doing their duty. They're not doing this because they believe in the cause. But you guys are down to 21. You guys had 3 efforts to knock it down. You guys have 2 more on that side.
I have something worse. A better idea came to mind.
Sweet. What's Horace thinking?
Through expenditure gains.
Burger, you're breaking up. I can't hear what you're saying.
Oh shoot.
Oh, you're coming in really clear now. So go ahead. Yeah. we lose him? All right. We'll get Burger back on. What else? Everybody thinking? Actually, I said you had 2. You still have 3. Could you get down to 17? So anything you guys can think to kind of enhance your efforts? Or you back, Burger?
Yeah. Do that sound better?
Still a little bit mechanical, but I can understand what you're saying. Go ahead.
Shoot, I'm sorry.
No worries.
Spending credits for better equipment for the ship's heat resistance, since we're going to a magma planet. That being Mustafar.
Okay, so you want to kind of spend some
So
credits.
that way we don't have any. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
So that way, when we're entering the atmosphere and landing, we're not spending precious time trying to find the perfect spot.
Perfect. So with this one, so 2 ways you got to go about it. This will be a technology check, but you can spend a K to bring it down by 1 for each K you spend. 1,000 credits you spend. So with this one, the DC for it is going to be 17. Each 1,000 you spend will bring that down.
2K credits.
All right.
For the last bit, I'm thinking talking to the pilot. Do we just have a generic NPC pilot flying for us, or are we flying it ourselves? What's the move there?
That is up to you guys. But pep talk for the pilot, unfortunately, won't do too much on this side if you do have an offside pilot. Unfortunately, that won't be enough to kind of bring that DC down. It will be enough when you get into the skill check itself, or the skill adventure itself. But for preparation, unfortunately, that won't put you over the edge. And Horace, that's you came in handy. You rolled a 15 exactly. Oh, you rolled a 16, but you have a 9 -1, so it was a 15 exactly. So spending those credits definitely kind of helped you get that ship ready, bringing you guys down to a 20 for your DC check so far, with 3 more to go.
Am I still sounding robotic right now?
You're coming through crystal clear now.
Is there
Okay,
any
good.
sort of cloaking device available on Tafanda Station that we could use temporarily for the mission?
No cloaking devices. That technology is not really around yet for ship levels. But does Malachi know any invisibility force powers?
I do not.
Oh, even with that, you got some mind trick powers. You could try to make a force roll on this one. DC will be a little bit bumped, so it'll be an 18 versus a 17, but you can give that a go. See what kind of if you're able to kind of utilize your own force presence to mute the ships.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Why not? So I just do a D20 plus my force modifier.
All right, just do a charisma save.
Okay.
All right. Anything you can do to that?
No.
Fortunately, you're trying to kind of get that going, get out of the dark side around and try to use it to cloak the ship. And you're confident if you were going up against things that could see or feel the forces they normally would, this would be wildly successful. But unfortunately, with the Vong and their absence from the force, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. Sweet. So you guys have 2 attempts left to bring that DC down. Any last thoughts?
Yeah, kind of seeing. So Cad's going to chuckle a little. Just be like, well, like I said, sometimes you need more of a subtle approach. And can I try the same thing, but with a tech roll? I've got a bunch of stuff: smuggle, infiltrate, invisibility to cameras for tech
Yeah.
powers.
Yeah.
So I'll try to
with that too, so I'll give you another option in this one, or give you a way you can make that DC a little bit easier, depending on if you want to. Smuggle is the perfect choice on this side. If you wanted to use smuggle, it basically kind of keep that up aboard the ship. You would start once you land on the planet down the tech points to cast smuggle, but it would minus that DC by 2 for you for the cast.
yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Sweet. Give me your choice of tech or stealth. 15 DC 15.
Probably stealth. I think that would make more sense. We'll go with that.
Sweet.
Oh, oh no.
Yeah. Fortunately, are you probably letting that one stand?
Yeah, I don't think we're burning any, unless you guys want me to. I'll burn it, but I don't know if a 1 is going to be really bad for us. So
no penalty on this one. So luckily, there's no penalty for you there. But yeah, Cad tries to show Malachi up, kind of using this tech rig that just definitely looks custom built, but unfortunately you see it kind of overheat before you can even get the ship out of the dock, and you see it just does not bring what Cad was expecting it to. So that leaves you guys DC 20, 1 attempt left. What's your guys' last plan to bring that DC down a little bit and get you guys some breathing room?
I have something, and it's in part also a reminder. Horse will be casting improved force barrier, bringing all of our HPs up by max HPs up by 20, and he'd like to use the force to invigorate the troops and the party to truly get them in the best possible headspace they can be.
Perfect. So yeah, you get that the barrier up, go through the party as well as trying to extend it to the ship itself. We'll have you roll a wisdom save on that side to see if you can kind of get that. You can get to the party very easily, but see if you can get that barrier kind of around the ship to help provide some extra protection from the force as you make your way through.
Could I possibly argue a Constitution save instead?
Unfortunately, this would.
Sorry, go ahead.
Your class doesn't change your casting mod, right? It's still wisdom.
No, but he is an endurance counselor, though. So I thought it possibly fitting.
Unfortunately for this one, it would be kind of more his connection to the force. So that would be a wisdom or charisma. I'm not sure if charisma is any better for you there.
No, it's just wisdom.
All right. Oof. Unfortunately, you bring the force through. You see the party members, the others, kind of standing up straighter on this side, feeling your power rush through. But as you try to provide the barrier to the ship, just in your practice sessions, you feel the ship moving too quickly for you to keep that barrier around it. But you guys were able to gather your resources. You've got your plan of entry in, utilizing the Roydian mutts to kind of help create a distraction. Cad was able to hype up the exchange and move some of the kind of get the Yuzon Vong and the exchange focused upon Ethor versus Mustafar. You guys were able to just kind of get everything prepared and ready for this assault. Before you all leave, is there anything this strike team wants to do?
I think Horse wants to sit Malachi down and really get the brass tacks on this Torrent attack.
It hurts people. Let's go.
You know that's not what I meant. You want to capture this for Dominus. Currently, you're outnumbered 3-1. So, I want to ask, because I'm certain the dark side always has some lore, that you too have one. What are you planning to provide to the Jedi of equal value to a torrent attack for the Sith?
Nothing. I make no promises.
Ah, well, let's not waste time then.
Perfect. Well, you guys assemble this strike team provided by the representatives of the galaxy to hopefully remove the threat of the Terran attacks. You gather aboard your shuttle. You see the Eroidian Mutt starfighters kind of taking off ahead of you in intricate formations, kind of preparing to make their potentially suicide run against the Yuzon Vong and buy you that crucial moment needed to make your way to Mustafar. One thing I will mention, did you guys buy some med packs? Oh, and for the NPCs, I should have started you with this. You guys do have 3 regular med packs to start with. So add that in. I forgot to do that earlier, but you guys do start with 3 on that side. Malachi, Horace, I hope you guys brought some med packs this time.
How much do they cost again?
What level are you going for? You guys have access up to premium prototype med packs.
Definitely going with basic here.
All right. I think they're like $4.50. Let me pull them up real quick.
A horse will grab 5 of those. Their expense.
So yeah, med packs are 300 credits. So five of them, so 1.5 thousand.
Yep.
All right, let me mark that off there. Sweet. Any other last minute preparations there? Perfect. Oh, my keyboard is dying. But with that, you guys are able to kind of gather those forces, gather any remaining supplies you need, and board into the shuttle, following quickly after the Eroidian Mutt starfighter formation, and quickly making the jump to hyperspace. It's a few days in hyperspace, kind of seeing the blue lines and the elongated stars behind you, but eventually you are brought out into real space. You see a few things kind of right away. In the middle, you see this large, just almost glowing red planet. You see just waves, even from a orbit. You see just the lava, the smoke in the atmosphere. Just see this just unstable planet. But surrounding it, you do see Yuzon Vong forces. You see they've got to your surprise, but probably not to Cad's surprise, you do see kind of for a planet of this importance, less ships kind of around than you'd suspect. You do see kind of a dreadnought and some of their coral skippers kind of maneuvering through. But fortunately, this so far, it looks like they are angling towards the Eroidian Mutts, who kind of jumped a little bit further in station and kind of made themselves the primary target of this foray. And with that, Malachi, roll me 4d10. Sorry, 3d10. Oof. Oh, they tied.
Yeah.
Sick. So with these,
So is that mutual destruction?
no, we're gonna roll off. But yeah, that's sick. That side. Both of us got a 10 and a 7. So Malachi, roll me one more d10. Oof. Yeah, you see, for a while the Eroidian Mutts Like this starfighter unit is duking it out. They are driving. They are combating these coral skippers. They are buying you all the time you need to make your way to the planet with less notice. But you see, they are buying it with their lives. You see starfighter after starfighter wink out both on the display as well as just the view screen ahead of you as they are kind of duking out and valiantly fighting, especially for mercenary company. They are sticking, they are holding the line, they are buying you guys the time you need. And with that, we're both two with a tie on that sky. I'll give you guys a little minus to the DC because these Eroidian mutts are fighting hard for the crew, bringing that DC down to 19. But with that, we're going to get into the skill challenge, how you guys want to bring this ship in. I'm not sure if one of you guys want to pilot it or there's another pilot in there. You guys can choose along those sides. But 4 successes before 3 failures, with consequences coming from the failures. Some will be narrative, some will be mechanical for the failure piece, but we'll get to see that played out. Actually, let's take a quick break. So we'll take a quick little pause here. Give you guys some time to think of some other things, maybe to refill my drink too. So let's come back 8:14 and see how the group does as they make their way to Mustafar with the Yuzon Vong fleet in orbit around the planet with their Roidian mutts fighting to buy them time. So join us about 5 minutes. crew, we are getting into session or the second half of session 14 of occupation. The crew is kind of making their daring trip to the Mustafar system to eliminate the Terran attack. Variable suicide mission. But luckily, they were able to prepare for their approach, bringing in the Roidium Mutts to provide distractions, enhancing the ship's cooling drives, as well as kind of trying to put the Vong on a different target. With that, they're making their way in. We're going to be doing a skill check. So 4 successes before 3 failures. DC 19. You guys see the kind of the Yuzon Vong Defender fleet ahead of you. You see it bristling with coral skippers, these beautiful, almost beautiful in their deadliness, with the kind of the various colors kind of zipping and ziving through the space. You see these large dreadnoughts beginning to belch plasma. Luckily, their attention right now is focused on the Oroidium Mutts, but you know that you see starfighters winking out and starting to, the Mutts are starting to falter, but they have fought tooth and nail to provide you all with this distraction, this chance to make your way planet side. What are you guys gonna do?
Channeling the Force. Channeling actually a lightsaber form, Sarisu, for more defensive maneuvers with the ship's flight patterns.
Perfect. Have you make a wisdom save here. Unfortunately, you do fail. I forgot to mention this before we cut live, but if you guys check your inspo bucket, you do now have 3 inspo. Is this a chance, or is this a situation you all want to burn it in, or what are you all thinking?
I'm going to leave that up to the party.
We'll go into the next one. So I'm assuming that our resident smuggler will probably be the one piloting. I just assume a smuggler is piloting.
Perfect. Well, let me, if you guys aren't using inspo, let me describe the fail state first. Perfect. Horace, you are able to kind of channel the force through. But the Yuzon Vong, they don't exist in the force, and they are filling the sky with fire. Initially, they're targeting those Oroidium Mutts, just blast after blast, hurling plasma rocks after plasma rocks. But eventually, they do start to target you. They notice the ship as you're trying to use those defensive maneuvers, and they do start sending it blast your way. One of you guys, Val, are you piloting or not, Val? Cat, are you piloting the ship?
I can.
Otherwise, so your choice on this side. You guys can do 1 by the pilot. If there's one of you guys are being the pilot, 1 dexterity save utilizing the pilot stats, or you can try to do a group dexterity save with those who pass, fine. Those who fail, getting some damage.
I'll pilot.
Yeah, we do not want to do a group deck save. I'm going to be honest.
All right, give me a dexterity save as you kind of see these hunks of rock coming at you. Solid. Cad, you are doing some expert piloting, really kind of proving your credentials as a smuggler there, kind of just weaving in and out of these blasts. You do see the Vong are tracking you now with that failure, but luckily none of the crew takes any damage from this foray. So right now you guys have 1 failure out of 3. It's 0 successes out of 4. Malachi, what were you thinking?
I didn't expect them to notice us, since our proximity from them was supposed to be pretty far away. How big of a ship is on us? Is it just like a fighter type?
Yeah, there's a couple fighters on here.
Okay. Do we have any natural debris in vicinity of us? Do we have any asteroids? Are we? Is there anything floating out in the space?
Yeah, you guys are trying to. So yeah, they definitely noticed your flight approach. But you could try to see if you can lose them and try to make your way in. If you're trying to kind of maneuver some asteroids, maneuver yourself around some asteroids to buy yourself a little bit of reprieve.
I'm thinking I'm gonna project their flight path as they're kind of coming at us, and move one of those rocks. Maybe not one of the larger ones because it would move even with the help of space and it floating. Um, a little bit too slow, but I'm thinking something a little bit smaller and just chink right at the cockpit to mess them up as much as I can, or maybe take out the pilot.
All right, give me a charisma save. Solid. Yeah, you are able to, as you fly through, maneuver some of the asteroids to pelt one of the pursuing starfighters. You see it just start breaking through his coral skipper and eventually starting to leak atmosphere at first, but then started to leak plasma and fire from its kind of rocky veins and eventually explode, providing you guys a little bit of cover, though the Vong know you are on approach. So it's one success out of 4, one failure out of 3. What are you guys doing?
I have a question.
Okay.
What happens if we get the 3 failures?
Oh, well, hopefully you don't find out, but if you do, you'll find out.
Oh no.
So now that we've got a little bit of space, maybe I'll try to kind of lose them again. Specifically, I've got the device that I tried with Smuggle. Maybe I'll try to recalibrate it, and maybe lose them in some of the debris.
Perfect. So same thing on this side. So you can, excuse me, you do a stealth DC regular, or if you want to cast a Smuggle again and burn those tech points when you get down, you can move that down by 2.
Probably just do another normal stealth here.
All right.
Oh.
Are you guys letting it stand?
It's up to the group. Let the 2 members there decide.
Yeah, sure.
So it's a plus. I have to roll 14 to pass it. You want me to re-roll it?
No, let it stand.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So as you guys try to CAD try to lose the pursuers, and just try to get that tech device working, especially as you get closer to the atmosphere of Mustafar and can start to feel that heat kind of just starting to bubble against the ship. The thing that was already struggling with the cooling starts to overheat, and you see the Vong pick up your trail again and start launching, just filling the sky with plasma bolts. Unfortunately, this one will not be dodgeable. So you guys will take 3d6 damage. So mark off 12 damage for you guys' sheets as just pelts of just plasma rock the ship. You see the lights flicker on and off. Fire even just kind of eating through the ship. You guys are sweating as this ship is bombarded by plasma bolts, dogged by coral skippers, and you guys are at 2 failures out of 3, 1 success out of 4. What's the crew thinking?
Real quick clarification: is that 12 damage to us individually, or do we have a ship sheet?
Oh, this will be individually to you guys.
Okay.
To you personally.
Oh, wow.
So, fires, you say?
Yeah.
I guess I could try to have Arden run around the ship and try to address fires, damage, I'm trying to think of how to put his 4 skills to use that have nothing to do with flying ships. So having him put his speed and agility to use when it comes to combating the fires and trying to get the ship systems back into a safe state, like If it's getting too hot, trying to do what he can to, I don't know, bring over extra coolant in a quick and efficient manner.
Perfect. Take your choice of athletics or technology.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be tech. So let's see how strong he is.
Nice.
He is a man among gods, or god amongst men.
Sweet. You run around with the extinguisher, putting out the flames, and I feel like this. And actually, how does, before we get to the rest of the description, how does Arden kind of maneuver through the ship, and kind of what's he focusing on, kind of like putting out the flames, and we're gonna add a little added effect here too.
He is unfamiliar with the inner workings of ships, but seeing what the crew was trying to do earlier with trying to get the cooling, that right? I did hear that correctly, right? That one of the things that we did in preparation was trying to make sure the ship was cooled.
Mm-hmm.
So with that in mind, he tries to take care of any of the cursory fires that come up, but definitely makes his way to that part of the ship to try to make sure that part, there's no fire, there's nothing adding to the stress of the ship's operation.
Perfect. You race through, you put out all the fires of the ship, and use your strength and the force to kind of hold this heat absorption hole that Horus designed or built or added onto the ship together, willing it to hold steady against this barrage of Yuzon Vong forces. Burning you guys 2 successes for this one. So you guys are at 3 successes. So this next roll really matters. It's 3 successes out of 4. 2 failures out of 3. The Vogue know your approach. They are tracking the ship, but can you make it down to the planet intact? Last roll counts.
I just got back. I missed the failure, but I saw that success.
Going through the asteroids that we are, I want to
You guys are in the atmosphere now, yeah.
Oh, we're in the atmosphere now. That changes so much. Yeah, let me rethink my life real quick. I've got nothing.
Horus, Cad, Arden, what are you guys thinking? Or who hasn't gone yet? Does anybody have? I think everybody's gone. Yeah. So, what's the crew
We ought
think?
to go. Yeah. Well, I mean, Arden's out of the bowels of the ship, so
There's no weapons on this ship at all.
Oh, you guys have weapons.
I think I have an idea. On the same thought of sheer force of will via the force, could we just kind of brace for impact, just like barrel straight on through whatever damage we take, we just push forward?
You shout this plan at us, and I've got an idea that kind of augments yours. How far away from our target facility?
Or are you guys trying to land right on top of the target facility? What are you all thinking on that side?
Our current circumstances change a lot. Where is the target facility in relation to us right now in our pursuers?
You guys could try to make your way to the target facility.
The fun tried to make your way in. Could we make a quote unquote emergency landing into the facility?
Okay,
like,
so I want
is
you
this just because Horus has short legs? He doesn't like walking.
Exactly why.
I'm glad you picked it.
The Sith Lord is taking Horus's short legs into consideration. Okay, you know what? It seems like two of us are committed to it. So,
like, yeah, sure. Who cares? We're just NPCs. But you're like, hey guys, let's just crash into the facility. Let's see what happens.
okay, so one of you is at least a Jedi Knight and familiar, but I'm going to. It's going to be a trust fall, my friends. It's going to be a trust fall, and I'm going to look to the smuggler pilot, and I'm going to say, Cad, I need you to trust me. Put this ship on target to the facility. I need you to aim for whatever weak point that we can assess, and open the back hatch. We're all jumping at the same time prior to impact.
What?
Making an entrance and jumping onto a very hot lava world. I'm ready for this, and I know Horus would be too.
I need you to trust me. Autopilot this thing into the facility.
I need you to trust me from the ship.
See that bush over there?
So
Horus,
Cad,
Horus would look.
Cad starts up a recording. Like, you're gonna have to say that one more time. This is going in my report. but Cad will do it.
I say it all again. Yep. So
Horus would chime in. Do it.
I guess I will review our very, very urgent scans of the facility as we're approaching it, and I'll be like, that spot right there. I don't know what kind of role that would be.
All right, so let me make sure I got this right. The group hotly pursued is going to kind of aim the ship at the Yuzal Vogue shaping facility. Hot jump it out, use a force to fall, and have the ship kind of a ballistic missile into the facility.
Oh yeah, democracy delivered.
Yep.
Have you guys ever seen the movie The Other Guys?
Yes. Hey, you see that bush right there? Aim for the bush.
Aim
Fist
for the
bump.
bushes.
If you guys want to roll new characters, you could have just asked.
No, this is my first mission with Horus. I don't want to lose him already. Listen, I have enough HP to survive, I think. But at the same time, there's a fatal flaw to our plan. I'm not going to bring it up because I know Horus would not have thought of this yet. However, Tegan, I think I understand a good chunk of your hesitancy.
All right. So, what do I need to roll, Tegan, to make this work?
Oh,
It'd be an intelligence check, I'll tell you that much.
well,
And can Horus skip the help action?
if you're doing the unfortunately with the skill checks, you can't do, or the skill adventures, you can't do the help. But if you're part of the plan is to catch him with I forget whatever the forced version of Featherfall is, you're good on that side. So your part will be kind of catch them on the outside.
Okay. Okay.
The big piece of this is to be rolling a piloting check from CAD to see how you're able to avoid the pursuers coming at you and aim the ship down and kind of make a safe spot for the crew to land at. And if your terroristic attack on the Shapers is going to go well.
So Cad is going to hold up his glass and wish you all good luck, as I have piloting of +4.
I feel like nobody knew Cad was drinking until this guy. I was like, raised
Cad didn't know he was drinking until this point. All right, here we go.
All right.
If we fail, we know exactly what happens.
You guys have 3 inspo. I would encourage you to use 1 here.
That has to use an inspo. So roll again.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
My God.
It was doomed from the start.
All right, so we got another inspo. I mean, it's going up.
I don't think we can inspo what an inspo.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can only do 1 inspo per roll.
Damn it, DM, hit me.
But yeah, you guys, like this. Cat is doing some solid piloting through here. You guys are being pursued by coral skippers. Plasma is licking the air. You feel like the ship grab as you guys are like. Cat has it like dead set to just kind of fly right into the center of this facility. But you feel the ship start to slow, and then you start to feel it wrenched. At this point, are you guys still bailing out as you start to feel the ship almost grabbed by an invisible hand?
Cad is bailing out, definitely.
Yeah, we need to bail out. It doesn't make sense to fall in a giant piece of debris. Wow.
Perfect. Well, you guys, as you bail out of the ship, you feel kind of this visible hand. You see the plasma bolts blasting into you. You take an additional 12 damage as you guys kind of try to escape the ship through the hatch. But you guys all jump out. You see the smoky atmosphere of Mustafar. You see this just black soot and smoke as you guys start diving through the air. You feel this hellish heat against your skin as you get closer and closer to the surface. And then you start to smell sulfur and see lava and this molten rock as you guys approach. But luckily, Malachi, as you guys are free falling, no parachute, what does Malachi do?
Everybody, you feel yourselves slow descent immediately, probably about 15 feet before, or not, well, probably about 20 or so feet before hitting the ground, whatever is tactically sound when it comes to making sure you don't fall into a pit of lava and you can adjust course. But yeah, you guys will all land to the ground softly.
I want to make it clear, Horace was very obviously prepared to crater into the ground and get back up to continue the mission. The fact he slowed down was a vast surprise to him, and he looked up to see if it was a wrong ship that did it.
Horace is real confident he can survive that 20d6.
You know, he is.
Well,
Okay,
hey,
how close are we to the facility now?
You guys are a couple miles out.
Oh, wow.
You do see there is a greeting party for you all. Your ship was tracked. They reached you with a tractor beam. And you see, as you look out, a pretty haunting looking person looking back. And for three, actually, everybody is fortunately except for Cad, this planet is almost screaming at you through the force. You feel, for Malachi, you feel darkness, but not the darkness, the corruption of the force that you're used to, this domineering will. It almost feels like the darkness, a wild darkness. Where Dominus's darkness is strength, power, order, this darkness is tormented, wild, uncontrolled. It's barely harnessed, not fury, but barely harnessed pain directed at a source. And you feel this just pervading the planet. As soon as you set your foot down, you're almost just shocked by this sense through the force. But as you look at this person that's kind of there to greet you, you see an amphistaff twirled around his arm. You see, at one time, he was probably human, but you see this living cloak, almost like a robe around him. You see the cloak twitching and moving on its own. He throws it back, and you see his face clearly once human, but you see it scarred ritually and tattooed richly in a manner similar to the Yuzon Vong. And you feel, in Malachi, you see the force burning brightly in him. And you see through his living robe traces of the Vondom Crab armor. And you see dead set, not fury, almost exhilaration in his eyes as his amphistaff unfurls. And he goes, the accent pretty heavily, it's basic. He's speaking basic, but he almost has that same accent that you've heard from the Yuzon Vong when they speak basic. Clearly human, but he has that same dialect, that same feel to it. And he goes, "Glory to you, Yuzon. I thought the pilots would have all the fun. Have you come here to die, little Jedi?"
The only response Horace would give would be the ignition of a lightsaber. Glowing bright white. It is a bright saber.
Nice. You see, he grabs the amphistaff a pure smile comes across his face and goes, This will be worthy of the gods. He goes, kind of spins the amphistaff, and as you see he spins it, you see kind of from the molten lake of lava behind you, this creature burrow out. And you see this creature, a large, bulbous head, spindly arms, just dripping lava from its appendages as it makes its way out. Anybody can roll a lore check if they like, to see if they've come across one of these creatures during their time fighting against the Yuzon Ball. Cat has for sure. Let's see who else has. Arden 2? All right. Oh, let me do one for her. Nice. So, Horace, Arden, and Cad, you guys have come across these ones. These are Yuzon Vong Beast of War. They field and kind of hotter planets or planets that can sustain these creatures. They're colloquially known as fire breathers. They can belch fire. They're immune to fire. As you saw this guy bathing in lava. They've got nasty tentacles that'll wrap around you and burn into you. They're pretty strong, but not too crazy, but definitely a severe threat. The Levong like to employ on the worlds that can sustain them. Did anybody get over 20? Cad, you would know. I'm not sure if you're able to apply anything like this, but they are vulnerable to cold damage. But with
Malachi, seeing them kind of flanked at the moment, will just kind of let out a guttural like. And I'd like to cast Vitality Shield on myself if I can before we get into a skirmish.
Unfortunately, you guys are going to jump into initiative.
Oh, okay.
All right, you guys should be able to see the map now. Let me get you guys in there. Everybody roll me initiative.
Real quick, just since what I know this, if something comes in contact with the creature, would it be considered like on fire? Would it like? Is it?
Oh yes, it wouldn't set you on fire. It just does fire damage. So it doesn't light you ablaze. But it does. If it hits you with its tentacles, it can grapple you.
Okay, so the reason I'm asking is I have oil slick. So if I put it down and he walked on the oil slick, would it cause fire? I guess would be the mechanical there.
So it wouldn't if he walked over, but if he like spewed like his fire breath at it, it would definitely light that on fire.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Hey, did you guys make sure that you added your 20 max hit points to your HP before minusing it for your regular health? I just see you guys are pretty low there.
Yes. I didn't increase my max, but I increased it by health. Yeah, so.
We took 24 total.
Can someone do me a quick favor and look up Bright Sabers, the Bright modification? I'm pretty sure it's an option. You can choose to do fire damage.
Oh no!
But if it's you now only do fire damage.
Let me look at. I got it. Right. So Bright Saber. The weapon's damage becomes fire.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's really easy. Don't attack the thing that's immune to fire.
So I would have communicated that so your characters be aware of it's vulnerable to cold and immune to fire.
Sweet. Well, it looks like the you see it's got the symbols on living bond and crab honor armor, almost like the symbols almost like a worship. And actually, oh no, Mars will know after his time speaking with the Shaper that these are the symbols of one of their gods, Yun Shell, the goddess of Shapers. Unfortunately, Mars is not here today, but you do see kind of these almost religious symbols upon this creature. And he is unfurling his amphistaff. You guys feel the force gathering around him as he moves, and he is jutting.
Before he acts, I think I have ability I get to move before initiate.
Oh, bad feeling? Nice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna run backwards a little here. Yeah, we're gonna come back over here. Sorry, go ahead.
Fair enough, yeah. Definitely you can see the hell that's coming unleashed. You're able to back it up and buy yourself some space. You see he whips that amphistaff around, and he's coming forward. Horace, he is going to, as he runs, you see him reach in, and he hurls a thud bug at you, but then he is running up towards Malachi. You see him whip out his amphistaff, and he is going to cast a power as he comes in. Saber Assault. So you see, as he spins this amphistaff, a mixture of the Yuzon Vong fighting styles, as well as some of the force-using fighting styles coming through. You see remnants of Jim So as he comes brutally down, just hammering in with the saber. Yeah. It is. First level, yeah. Are you sever forcing it? I will just say, as because that'll automatically succeed. Saber Assault is actionless. Oh, you can stop him from getting the benefits of this power, but he still has his attack action. Fair enough. Four force points, right? No worries. That one auto succeeds because it's a level 1 power. So if you can spend those force points, you see him gathering the force around him as he's prepared to unleash this just crazy Jimso combo. But you're able to kind of reach through, disrupt his connection to the force. You see him falter a bit, but he continues on with it. And Horace, I rolled a dexterity save for you. Horace has terrible dexterity, but he is able to evade that thud bug that got set fly to you. You're able to maneuver through it. You see the bug flying off the distance. And all he's left is the attack, but luckily he doesn't get the crazy, Saber Assault abilities. But yeah, he starts whipping that amphistaff around at poor Malachi. First hit should miss.
It will just hit, but I'm going to cast Shield. So that puts me at 19.
So the first one, you get that force shield. You see he kind of stops slow, especially with Arden kind of throwing off his force game. That second one, though, he spins that amphistaff around that snake-like spear. It drives it in. For 14 damage. You see the other Yuzon soldier. You hear him yell out, "Glory to you, Yamaka!" And he dashes forward, mixing it up with Arden. You see him kind of flailing that amphistaff around. He throws a razor bug as he gets close to you. Give me a dexterity 13 saving throw. He is going to lash out twice with his amphistaff against you. Sweet. Yeah, you easily the force calls to you, and you dodge that blast coming your way. And he slashes once, twice. Unfortunately, both will hit. For a total of 19 damage as he gets in and just starts spinning that amphistaff, cutting once, cutting twice. But Horus, it is your turn. You were a little bit behind the fray. Ahead of you is the Knight of Yun Nashel, the shaped Yuzon, or the shaped human force user that the Yuzon Vong are employing. Ahead of just, I think, within range for you. Yeah, within range of you as well is the soldier that is assaulting Arden. In the distance, about how far is that? I can't see it on the screen. 35 or 40 feet away, if you want to be safe about it, is the fire breather. What do you do?
Horse will be moving towards the corrupted force user first. Giving backup to the Sith and believing in the Jedi Knight and the smuggler's capabilities with this other Vong. He's going to use his main action to gain resistance to energy and kinetic damage. And he's going to use his bonus action to cast Vitality Shield. Quick and cast, and he'll do that at 4th level. He'll also use his casting specialist to maximize 2 of those dice.
Sweet. And with that, what's the power that you used for the?
Oh, it's a class feature from Endurance. It takes an action, lasts 1 minute, and he can do that twice per long rest.
Sweet. So you max the dice on that one. So that's his first side for each slot above 2. So that's 48. Max out 16, 32. So with Vitality Shield, you take 32 true damage, but you gain 64 temp HP. And while you have those HP, you've got advantage on dexterity save.
Oh, it's only maximizing 2 of the dice, not all 4.
Oh, it was just maximizing it too. So let me roll the.
Yeah.
So, well, you near max those out anyway. It was 15 out of the 16 it could have been. So what would that be? That'd be 31. So you lose 31 real HP, but you get 62 temp HP.
Which lasts about an hour, if I remember correctly, and with energy and kinetic resistance. Despite the damage he has taken previously, I'd say Horus is looking pretty chunky, still looking pretty healthy.
Yeah, you're still at 82 HP.
Yeah. That'll be Horus's turn for the time being.
All right.
Oh, that will be costing Horus a total of 7 force points. Because of quick and cast.
I'll throw that in. But yeah, you guys see this fire breather just ominously float over from this lava. You see it dripping off of its tentacles. Horus, you see him focused upon you. You see this creature just looking out at you. Its beady eyes have just glazed over with dripping lava, still inching its way towards you as it hovers. It is going to unleash upon you with its tentacles.
With its tentacles? Yeah. I thought I was going to do like a ranged attack.
He's going to do a couple things on his turn.
Oh, no.
So he lashes out twice with his tentacles. 22 and a 15. I think that'll miss Horus for the second one. So the 22 will hit. The second one will fail. Oof. So you see he lashes into you, 31 damage, burning, and he has you grappled up with his tentacle. And he is just applying this pressure to you. Luckily, your temp HP, actually, that's like it takes half of your temp HP. The temp HP is coming quite in handy right now as you feel it kind of just sapping some of that resolve and the force that you had.
How much of that is kinetic?
Oh yeah, you had a good chunk of those kinetic. So 12, 14, 16 of that is kinetic. So half that down to 8. So you get an extra 8 back to your HP, which puts you up to 39 temp HP, 82 real HP.
I'll take it. That's a. Oof.
But as he grabs you up, you do see he spins. And kind of this maw comes retching out, and he starts to just huff and puff, and you see flames burrowing out. Malachi, Horus, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Thanks to Vitality Shield, Horus has advantage on that. What's the DC?
The DC is 15. Unfortunately, you and Malachi, even with advantage for you, both will fail. You rolled a 12, Malachi rolled a 12, you a 9. So you see him grappling, burning into Horus. You wrenches back and you see this just torrent of flame unleashed from his mouth, burning into the group for 17 damage. Tip HP coming in handy though. And Chaz, you guys not do great on initiative. You see the Chazrak dashing in, running towards Arden, flailing his little Kofi blade as he leaps in for the strike. The first hit will miss. Second hit misses too. You see as Arden is kind of got himself. Battle Precog lost 8 hours, so yeah. Usually, I just feel people if you're going to use Battle Precog, you're just going to use it before you get into whatever. Unless it's a surprise attack at night, you usually have it up. Unless you didn't want to use it, I should say.
So we both rolled an 8, and I think I have the tiebreaker. So can I go first? Because I'm going to do something that's going to help you out.
All right, take it away, Kat.
All right. So I'm going to use Oil Slick. It doesn't have a range on that. I can look it up, but I assume I'm within range of 40 feet. If not, I'll move closer.
Oh yeah, 60 feet.
All right, perfect. And so we'll do. I don't know if I can draw a box here. It's a 10-foot square. Let me just use it, and you can see it. So Oil Slick. Yes. Oh, nice. That's cool. It popped up. All right. Oh, that was slick how I did that. Okay, so they have to make a dex saving throw or fall prone, and if the oil is exposed to fire, it'll burn for 3d6 fire damage if they're inside it. And then they have to make that dex save. They start their turn or enter
Start the
it.
turn? Okay. So he'll
And-
use the Volk Soldier. Will fail when he starts his turn. I'll roll a Chazrak when he gets there.
All right. So that's what would it be? 8. I'm just trying to figure out what the save would be. It's going to be 8 plus.
Oh, they've got it there. DC 14.
Okay, perfect. Okay. All right. And so that'll be my action. And I don't have anything for a bonus action to do. Yep. And so that'll be his turn.
Sweet. Arden, you are up. Hold on, I'll be right back though. I will get into that.
All right. All right.
I at least got you advantage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they gotta slip. Oh, maybe next turn, right? They gotta, because it's when they start their turn they slip. Oh wait, no. When the oil appears, each creature standing in its area must succeed.
Yep.
So he has to make it for the guy now. Yeah.
Yeah, so they should save, and then a creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must also succeed, or it'll fall down again.
Nice.
So in theory, if they stand there on their turn, they could stand back up, but they'd have to.
Yeah, they do it again. Holy. Okay, so I'm gonna unload on that soldier. Hell yeah.
I gotta look up the power. I assume that's concentration. That's not
What?
concentration. That's pretty good.
That's just. That's
Yeah,
just-
honestly, I don't think it's a concentration.
No.
It's not, yeah.
So
I need to
second
make a
second
check.
paragraph. When the oil appears, each creature standing in its area must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
Oh, is it at the start of the turn? So yeah, the use of Volk guy failed. Let me see the Chazrak.
Come on, make this a Monty Python sketch. Hell yeah!
Wolf
There
and
we
knock
go.
on the ground.
All right, good. Hell yeah! Woo, woo, woo. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Well, hooray! And I'm glad I let you go first.
That's why I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, so choose a little increase. So how I've never played a force user. Night speed.
So night speed is really good. It also has a significant drawback. So night speed, you cast it. It takes 1 action to cast, but you get to make an attack. So using the extra night speed attack from the start. Biggest warning I'll give with night speed: great while it's up. If it ever falls, you're done for a turn.
Oh, and it's concentration.
It is.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
It's so good.
concentration drops. It's over.
But you get +2
No
AC,
reaction.
extra attack, and I think you get advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Yeah, I think it's worth doing.
Double
Yep.
speed.
All right,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna burn the 4 more force points to cast night speed. I think I did. Yeah. All right, never mind.
There you go.
Okay, there we go. All right, so that's 19 AC. Again, advantage on dexterity because based on all this fight's going, I'm going to need it. And I get to make an attack, 1 weapon attack only. All right, that's fine.
Sweet. Who you swinging at?
Let's go ahead and I'm going to try to thin out their action economy. So I'll go for the
Oh, Chazrak.
yes, yeah, just trying to thin him out a little bit. So swing, attack. He's on the floor, so
Nice, that'll hit.
all right. And damage. And wait a second. So he's got Great Weapon Fighting. When it rolls a 1 or a 2 on a damage die for an attack. All right, so I guess
Yeah,
essentially,
essentially 56.
I mean, I roll 1 on everything, so
Oh yeah, the D8 would apply too. Yeah, reroll that.
Yeah.
Reroll the whole thing. Yeah. Oof. A
it's
little better, actually a lot better.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go, 14, and I think I'll bonus action medpack.
Solid. And how does that all
Yeah.
look as you gotta get that going?
Well, I guess Arden was ready to, like, worried about taking on 2 foes, and then out of nowhere, oil appears as if from magic, and he kind of had to bite his lip from laughing. He just decides to press his advantage and become a little closer to the force and swing out at the, I guess, less humanoid-looking one. And that's essentially rolling a hit die. I don't know what the hit die should be for this.
Do a D10.
D10? Okay. So, all right.
All right. Malachi, you're up.
Okay.
Poor Horace wrapped up.
Yeah. I'm going to use one of my superiority die to turn darkness into a bonus action. But I am going to move to here. And as I kind of make my way to the other side of this guy, around me, darkness starts to envelop me, and that goes out 15 feet all around me. Dark vision does not see through this.
Perfect. Drop a. If you cast darkness, you'll be able to drop a token so we can put that on the map. You got your action left. Are you hiding?
I am going to use that to cast Saber Storm, and that will add onto my AC. So I'm sitting at 18 AC now.
All right.
And with Saber Storm, I'm going to make 2 attacks against the Chazrak over here. And those are melee force attacks.
Meaning they'd have advantage from prone.
Exactly. So I'm going to use my light blades. So 2 of the light blades that nobody can see are just whirling in this pitch black, and they'll just lash out at him from nowhere. So let's do this. That should be at advantage. So the second roll does a 16 hit.
16 hits.
All right. So the first attack will do just 5 damage. Second attack does a 19. Yes. The second attack will do 3 damage, and that is my turn.
Nice. Don't forget to throw down the dark vision bubble.
Yep. I'm about to right now.
All right. All right. The Knight of Union Shell is up. Let's see. He is going to. Let me see. If you throw, let me see. Can I see how big that barrier is for him?
It's a 15-foot sphere. I'm trying to figure out how to do it right now.
I'll just do it.
So this darkness, who's it enveloping in total? Is it enveloping Horse?
Where do you want it?
It will be centered on me. It is radiating from me.
Ah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, you see, as you gather that darkness around you, you hear the Knight of Union shell kind of sneer and go, cowardly tactics. You feel the force building up around him, and he is going to cast Phase Strike. So you see him blop out, getting himself out of this darkness. And he runs and starts to slash at Arden.
Ruh-roh.
And this first one will have advantage due to the power.
Does it provoke an attack of opportunity from Horse?
Not with what's it called?
Phase Strike.
Phase Strike.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That ability is so good.
Yep.
So he will hit with that one. Luckily, no crits. So it does extra 7 on top of the 16 to 23 damage. He strikes again. This one regular. Unfortunately, it will hit.
Concentration checks, unfortunately, is going to be added there.
So give me 2. You've got to beat a 11 and a 10. So not crazy.
Can I? Oh, let me find. There's a sheet. Saber reflect on the larger of the two.
You definitely can.
Okay, so
I must be the bringer of bad news. Saber Reflect is only for ranged attacks. For
Oh, you're
some
right.
reason.
Yeah. There's a different power that lets you do melee.
No, there
hit
isn't.
by a range.
Force Reflect. Force Reflect is
Okay.
also only for ranged.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's only dispense force that can be used for anything that's melee.
I didn't see it at the bottom there. All right, no worries then. So that'd be Constitution checks, 2 of them.
2 of them.
All right.
11 and 10, so not crazy.
So
Solid.
Nice.
Even better. You feel him wailing down to you, cutting into you with his amphistaff for the, what was that, 23, 40 damage, shit. All right, it's cutting into you heavily, but fortunately you were able to keep that force around you, keep yourself protected, keep yourself fighting through as this shaped force user assaults you. All right, this guy is going to try to stand up. He's got to be at DC 12. So he will stand up. Oil Slick, does it do anything at the start of the turn, or if they stand up, how does it work for Oil Slick?
The end of the turn will have to make the save again.
Okay.
So if they enter it or they end their turn there.
You see this one, he rushes out. Does he make one if he leaves it, or just enter it and...
When the oil appears, each creature standing there must make a dex saving throw. A creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must. So no, if they run out, they're okay.
You see he runs and tries to assault poor Malachi through the darkness, just growling and hissing at him, going, I will sacrifice you to Yamaka. As he lashes out with his amphistaff with disadvantage. Unfortunately, that first one will just hit.
I will use Force Shield again, put me at 23.
Nice. You see that shield come springing up out of the darkness and just block both of his strikes. Horus, you are up. You are also restrained. Grappled by the tentacle. You see a grapple. You feel the fire burning into you. You do feel the fire burning into you. Let me give you a D8 on this side.
no.
2. Not too bad. So you feel it burning into you. Your temp HP is at 20. What's Horus planning to do?
All right, so Horus is going to cast yet another spell. He's going to cast Beacon of Hope. And he's going to yell out, "Mend your wounds if you can. Let the force flow through you." And what Beacon of Hope does, it gives advantage on wisdom saves versus frightened. It gives advantage on death saves. We might need that. And it maximizes any possible healing. The healing, as it's wording, takes its maximum possible amount.
Nice. So how does it look as you get that off?
It is Horus expanding his own force out, letting that slightly more chaotic nature almost disperse, as if being on Dathomir. A wild, natural feeling that brings out the light, believe it or not, through the chaos.
Nice.
Think of it like the brightest light shines through the deepest darkness.
Sweet. So even through this induced darkness, you guys feel it almost feels like sun shining on your face, and not like the oppressive heat of Mustafar, but just kind of like that first sunny day coming through. You feel the hope Horus inspires upon you. Horus says, so are you? So that you use your spell action. Is there anything you can do for a bonus action?
While he is grappled, can he use a med pack?
Yeah, you can use a map pack.
Gonna do that. So that would be 6 plus 5. Hit dice, max my plus Constitution.
Nice.
So 11. Yeah, I'd take it.
Perfect. Now go
Horus
to
is in the darkness, right?
What's that? Horus is in the darkness.
Yeah, dang. So, yeah, that's what I'll do. Just make back on himself.
All right.
I mean, the only good news about you being in the darkness is that attacks against you have disadvantage.
He does have grasp.
No,
He does.
that's fair, but listen, Horus is exactly where he needs to be. Not exactly where he wants to be, but exactly where he needs to be.
Sweet.
Uh-oh.
So
I
luckily
just
you're
realized
at
we're in a
half
lot of
speed,
trouble. Oh no.
but you see him inching ever closer. You see him hovering away, Horus in arms.
He's going into the lava!
Once he started
Okay,
moving backwards, it hit me.
Okay, so that's so much worse than I thought it was going to be. Actually, that was worst case scenario in my mind. Horus got pulled into lava. He's not resistant to fire. That is death.
All right.
If I can just drown you in fire.
The lava is 10d10 for going in and at the start of each of your turns. Horus has a shitload of HP though. but you have a turn in between where he could bring you into the lava and where he is at currently. Luckily, he's not going to dash. He's just going to start walloping on you.
Okay, so Horse can survive for like 2 more turns. He cannot break out of that grapple. He's got like +1 strength. He's got like 12 strength.
He just shoots him, fly at you, smack you, smack you. You see him breathe some more fire on you, Horace. That first one, that one. Second one is a 4, so you've obeyed the 2 tentacles, just you calling upon the force to keep yourself safe. Dexterity saving throw, see how the fire goes. Unfortunately, you fail that one.
Wait, don't forget the advantage.
Oh yeah, you got advantage. Hey, that'll succeed. Bringing the 16 down to 8 damage and leaving you with 12 temporary HP.
So that would just be Horse taking his saber club and blocking and defending the best he can, showing off the Sarisu form.
You're just blocking. You see those tentacles kind of flailing around you, but you do feel that heat intensifying you as he pulls you closer and closer to the lava. All right. Oh, this is the Chazrak. Yeah, he's going to try to stand up as well. Unfortunately, he will succeed. So he does get to his feet. And he is going to move over, and he's going to attack Arden. First shot misses. Second as well. You see him swinging that Kofi blade, but with Arden's got his force around him, night speed up, and he's too fast for the Chazrak. And you're up.
Well, actually, it's.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. Cad, you're up.
All right. So I'm gonna see the Chazrak step out of the darkness there. As a bonus action, I'm going to use target lock. I like how that removes the tech points and stuff. By the way, that's pretty slick. So I do extra damage when I attack. Then I'll take my first shot against the Chazrak.
Let him have it.
Let's see, with my heavy pistol. Attack, normal. 17.
That'll hit, and don't forget this guy has sneak attack.
All right, nice. So let me do some damage here, and then I'm going to add a bunch to that. So 8 plus target lock gives me 1d6, and then sneak is sneak attack is 46.
46 nice.
Hey, there we go. So 16 plus 8, 24.
Solid. This Chazrak was not even bloody before, but however that shot lands, he is looking rough. You see his blood is leaking onto the kind of singed earth, and you see smoke coming up from it. You've got 1 attack left. What you playing?
Nice. So I'll take another shot. Wow. Yeah. Let's do another attack. There we go. So 23 and damage, and I'll put a 1d6 on there. Nice. There we go. Another 19 damage.
Finish him.
Yeah. So you said finish him?
Yeah.
So I see him pop out of the darkness and just swing in his Kofi wildly, and I just double tap. Just as soon as he pops out, just pop. Just put him down.
That's
He
the end
puts
of
two to
that.
his head and he comes crashing to the ground. You see his body kind of slide off and fall into the pit of lava next to you. This time for real, Arden, you are up.
This time for real. Okay. Question. So I know that this is a NPC, but for the sake of powers at scale, would he be at the very least 5th level?
Yeah, he's got 3rd level powers, so I think he is 6th level, if I remember right.
Okay. So I'm going to have. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to move him right here. And there we go. And I'm going to try force push pull on the human-ish combatant there.
All right.
So
He narrowly avoids it. You do feel that he doesn't feel the resistance from the Vong, but you do feel his own presence in the Force, trying to stop himself from being moved.
okay. Well, and damn it, too much for that idea. Well, I guess I'm just gonna try to hit him as hard as I can. Using a force power that just takes up. That's
your action, unfortunately.
okay, but I still get the 1 attack from Night Speed.
Oh yeah, you do still get that attack from Night Speed, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and swing the Great Saber, and does 17 connect?
A 17 would connect, but you do see him raise his gauntlet, his coral-shaped gauntlet around him. He raises it, and he connects with the blade. He catches the blade, and you see your lightsaber short circuit and cut off.
Cool.
Luckily, it'll come back on at the start of your next turn, so that was your last attack. So
Yeah.
for him.
And bonus action med pack because
The Vong just got a lot more scary.
So thanks to Horus's last thing, that would be D10 plus.
Or a 10.
Oh, just maximum.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. So 10 plus 2, so 12.
Yeah. And also, I feel like for Arden, it'd probably be an easier time if you just tried to straight shove that guy out of the lava.
Yeah, I'm like, I was hoping that would work because it was 10 feet. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I'll do it.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be done, but not this time. So.
Extra attack shove. Since shoving is an attack, it would just take 2 checks.
Yeah. Well, either way.
All right, Malachi, you are
All right, I've drawn the line, and since this shit's wacky, this is how it's gonna do it. I'm going to burn another short round superiority die to quicken lightning, and on top of that, with casting specialist, I won't be able to do it to this power again, but I'm gonna give that guy in front of our other Jedi Knights disadvantage on this saving throw. But that's
and
how
you're moving up, right?
I'm sorry?
You're gonna move up one.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up one. I'm just keeping the line right there because that's how I want to cast it. So it'll be hitting the Vong that'll be right next to me, and then it'll be hitting him too, and he'll be making the save at disadvantage.
All right.
And with the Vong, since he can't see me at all, would he also be making it at disadvantage since he can't see it coming or anything like that, or would it just be normal?
Yeah, it'd be normal because usually you'd have advantage.
Okay. Let me roll that.
The soldier will fail. As well as the Knight of the Shell.
And then, in addition to that, I will be making 2 Saber Storm. Actually, no. Instead of making two attacks, I will just use Seethe. So that will give me back, because I'm getting max 1d6 plus 2, so I'll get back 8 HP. I'm just going to use Seethe as my action.
All right. How does that lightning look as you let it loose?
So there's all this darkness, just this floating abyss of darkness, and really there's only a small portion of it that the Jedi Knight is kind of lingering towards, but you just suddenly see this massive line of lightning just out of the center of this cloud. You didn't see where it originated from, but lightning and Sith, they kind of go one and one, so the Sith is he's doing his thing.
He's doing Sith things.
Darkness needs to also move up. I'm not able to control it, but it should be centered on me.
Oh, if you click the measurement thing, you should be able to control it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm bad at Foundry. But that's me.
All right.
Would the lightning catch the oil on fire?
Oh, did it hit the oil at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, it went down to here, over like this, and then down here, and then that way. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I guess these two would be on fire for 1 round.
Perfect. All right. So you guys see kind of the fire peeking out a bit of the darkness. The Knight of Yushun and the Shell is up. Unfortunately, he is going to continue his duel with you, Arden. He's going to lash out. Actually, he's going to lash out first. No, he's going to do that. He's going to try it again. He is going to try to saber assault you. You see him kind of gathering the force around him and bending it to its wheel. And he lashes out twice with his amphistaff. Throws a razor bug at you.
I want to do the okay.
Second will hit, so you take 19 damage. So you've got to beat a 10 saving throw, and then give me a dexterity save. Sweet. You still got night speed, so you get advantage on this dex save.
No, that was with advantage. I rolled double 9s because Foundry has a very funny sense of humor.
We'll give you that con save before then. Sweet. So you still have night speed, at least from the regular attacks. And then this is going to be 46 kinetic. Hopefully you can stay on your feet. Okay. How is Arden looking?
He's down. That's that. I mean, I can't even really... That's a range attack, so maybe...
Fortune to range saving throw.
Okay, then that's that. He's down.
Yeah, so you guys see the Yuuzhan Vong cuts him once, sending him reeling, and then just hurls a razor bug diving into his flesh. Arden goes to the ground, but luckily we'll still be able to make death saves. And
Which he does with advantage.
oh yeah, with advantage too from
Yeah, ooh.
All right. The Yuzan Vong soldier in the darkness is still continuing his one-man assault against Malachi. First shot will miss. Second will hit.
Double 18s. Cute.
So you see him kind of dive in, trying to hear out where Malachi's presence is. First one goes wide. The second one, he clobbers into him. Malachi, give me a Constitution saving throw, DC 10. You there, Malachi? That'll succeed. So you feel that cut go through, but fortunately you're able to focus on keeping the darkness up. Horace, you are up. You are very, very close to the lava. The fire breather is backing off with you. What do you do?
Me as a player, I'm terrified of lava. But Horace, I know he's a bit arrogant. He's a bit cocky. He's got that. He's running off the high of the Force, being a Jedi. He thinks he can handle the lava. But tell me, I need to ask, what's the range on Share Life?
Share Life.
It's in Horace's
30 feet.
30 feet?
Hmm.
How far away is RD?
Oh, this is the hard part. Unfortunately, darkness pretty much blocks your view, Marty.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no, even if it was within touch. Is there any chance? No, you know what? No, I'm not gonna beg for pity, like feeling him through the Force.
Now, unfortunately, you do need. Let me read Cher's life just to make sure, but I'm 80% sure you need sight. Yeah, they can see within range, unfortunately.
Yeah. Shoot. Does Horace know Artie went down?
Oh, you probably heard it, yeah.
I'm not entirely as certain with Horace. It's something in front of him, but that part though, that's more likely. Like it. I'll go with what the knight's saying. That being no.
Okay. How's the horse planet?
This thing's immune to fire, and Horace knows that, right?
He did see it flow out of the lava before. Actually, no. Cad shouted it out too.
Yeah.
Immune to lava, vulnerable to cold.
This thing doesn't look too. It doesn't look very dexterous, does it? It's like a big chunky thing, right?
Yeah, it's very big. From what you could guess, you probably wouldn't be too dexterous, but you're really not too sure. So you didn't know too much. You didn't know. Were you one of the ones that knew lore about it, or was it just Cad? I think it was just Cad.
I don't think Horace did too good on the lore. I think he passed, but he didn't do that good.
Okay.
The issue is, Horace does fire damage, and this thing's immune to fire damage, and all of his damaging things derive from his lightsaber. All of his damaging force powers are saber-based.
Oof.
So,
Oh, you don't have phase step. Oof.
no, he's trying to be a battle master. It's all about the lightsaber.
All right.
Okay, this is gonna be something. I guess he doesn't know if someone's down. I gotta play to what Horus knows. He's going to main action dodge, bonus action quick and cast Saber Cleave, and he's going to use his hands as the focus. As a Zabrak, he has an unarmed attack, which is a viable target for that force power. Saber Cleave is a 3rd level power, and it should say exactly what it does. It's a good bit of damage. It would include some movement. That movement right now is not needed.
Sweet. I don't think you have that attack in there. Let me see.
Yeah, also, the attack roll is based on his wisdom because of endurance. Since he's casting a power that requires a melee attack roll, he gets to use his wisdom for it.
Sweet. So I'll just roll straight d20 plus your wisdom and proficiency. So bump that to a 6. All right. Yeah, that'll hit 23 to hit. What's the damage for that?
It is a check out. I think Saber Cleave is actually a dex save. The power?
Oh, is Saber Cleave a dex save?
Yeah. It should be in his 3rd level powers.
Saber Slash.
There's a 2nd level power with Saber in the name, 3rd level power, and the 4th level power. I get them all confused in my head.
Because you've got Saber Slash as a 3rd level, and you've got Saber Onslaught for a 4th level, where there's no Saber Cleave.
So it would be Saber Slash then.
All right.
I don't know where I got Cleave from. Yeah, Saber Strike is the 2nd level one. Saber Slash.
All right, so yeah, you move at a burst of speed, deliver a deadly blow. Melee weapon, power, part of the action, use to cast this. Fortunately, you're grappled, so you can't move. But it's a dex save from the creature.
Is Horse out of the darkness right now?
You are.
Okay, good. Just need to make sure so he could see the creature.
He will fail it, so he'll take the weapon damage dice plus 4d4 force damage.
It's actually a multitude of the weapon damage dice.
Takes damage. Oh, equal to 3 rolls. So what's the weapon damage dice for the Zabrak thing?
Unfortunately, only a d4, but every bit counts.
All right, 3d4. Nice. So yeah, altogether, how does that look? 13 damage altogether to the fire breather.
All right. Seeing that his saber would not work, he quickly will shut off and with one hand take it and basically just chop into the thing, using all of the power of the force he can put into it. Almost with a hysterical strength.
You cut into this creature. It looks pretty healthy, but you do hear it cry out in pain. Horus, is there anything left you can do on your turn?
Unfortunately not. Like I said, he's only got a +1 to strength. He's not going to make any good strength save in my eyes. And so he's just dodged, attacked, and he's confident that he could survive in the lava.
All right. You see this fire breather. It pulls back its head. You see this ugly maw appear. It is going to cast. It is going to use fire.
Reaction. Dispense force. 4th level.
Perfect.
That'll give 20 temporary HP that disappears at the start of Horus's next turn, and resistance to fire damage.
Sweet. So you see it just burning through this just torrent of flame. It unleashes. Horus, Malachi, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Horse will not have advantage on this since the temper HP from Vitality Shield is now gone.
So he will fail. Take 47 damage. Putting you down to 87.
Remember resistance to fire damage.
Oh, yeah, resistance to fire damage too. So putting you down to, what was that before I hit that?
And 20 temp HP right now, too.
20. Oh, sweet. The resistance and the temp HP stack up and save you. You only take 3 damage from this. Putting you down to
That will
90.
still require a Constitution save for Beacon of Hope.
Malachi's down.
Oh, shit.
You keep Beacon of Hope up, but you kind of see this flame go off, and all of a sudden you look up and you see the darkness surrounding this battle has gone, and you see Malachi fall to the ground. The creature is going to try to drag you into the fire now. With that, there's no save on this side, so yeah, he brings you into the fire.
Let's do it. Let's see the damage. Resistance to fire right now. He's still resistant.
Good call. Solid. So 40 damage initially brings that down to 20. You are burning, but the force is protecting you, Horace, as you go through. And you see the creature kind of unwinds its tentacles as it hurls you down. You're 10 feet in the lava, but it is no longer grappling you as it feels it has drowned you in the flames.
Deadass Horse is just going to walk back up on the shore.
Jazrak
He's just going to swim.
This is swimming it out.
He's going to swim back up. Like, this. We'll get to it when we get to it. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot.
He is dead. Smuggler, you're up first.
So, Malachi's down. Horus is being dragged into the fire.
To the smuggler, it's just him left, basically.
Yeah. There's not a 0% chance the smuggler would just run away. I feel like that would be a terrible thing to do right now, so I will not do that. Yeah. So this guy, how is he looking? Does he look still pretty good?
He looks pretty good, but he is himself submerged 10 feet into the lava.
Oh, so I can't see him.
Oh, you can see the tip of his head. So if you want to shoot at him, you can definitely do so. I will say that Yuzon Vog is rough, and this guy is bloody.
Okay.
But that guy's also a Jedi, or force trained.
Yeah, the challenge is I don't have any way for advantage, and sneak attack isn't useful.
Both of them on the ground, yeah.
So the amount of damage I can put out is going to be very minimal.
You still have your target lock, though, too.
Yeah.
No, just gives them
No.
some extra
No.
damage.
So how far is this?
Oh, and I realized I skipped you. Arden, give me a death saving throw with advantage.
With advantage.
Oh no, Smuggler's still up. Sorry, Smuggler's still turning. Never mind. I thought I skipped you. You're good.
It's okay.
So you know what I'm gonna burn a bonus action.
Okay.
To dash. I'm gonna do that differently. So I'll move. I have the movement, so I'll avoid this guy. I'll move around him so I don't take an opportunity attack. Then I'm going to use a med pack on Malachi.
Sweet.
So that'll be my bonus action and action. And Malachi, if you want to go ahead and roll, I think actually Beacon of Hope is still up. You should get max on it.
Yeah, he was able to keep
Yep.
Constitution with it. So he's good.
I should get back 8 HP.
You're just rubbing it in.
But you're next, so
Little band-aid.
No, hey. All right.
All right. Death saving throw with advantage due to Beacon of Hope. Even with Horus submerged beneath the lava, you're still feeling hopeful about the situation. It pays off. Give me another one. Oh, yeah, it definitely pays off.
Yeah.
So flavor on that. The CAD looks around, realizes there's really no way off this planet. Wondering why CAD decided to come here. The Sith was the only viable option here. Runs to it and hopes for salvation.
You jab that med pack in him and Malachi. Well, your eyes don't open, but you come back into consciousness.
Yeah. So, and I just like there's a med pack that was in my hand that I was preparing to give to the Jedi Knight, to Arden, and I'm getting ready to start heading in that direction and dodge the Vong in front of me, and I just feel the heat radiating below me or behind me, and I just get engulfed. So when you make when the darkness disappears and you run up to me, like there's just a med pack that was barely protected by my flesh and my skin and my clothing that's not burnt, but brought me back from the brink, and I'm not even gonna stand up. Just in anger, my two sabers, two light blades that are on the ground are gonna rise up again. So as an action, I'm gonna cast Saber Storm again, and then quicken Force Lightning, and I'm gonna upcast it to the 4th level, and I'm gonna maximize 2 of the die. So let me look at that. That should be 8d6.
It needs to not require a saving throw for maximizing the die.
Hold on, let me read.
Attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. Did not have one of those.
It's a saving throw. I don't know what you're talking about. You want to say that again?
It must not require a attack roll, ability check, or saving throw to maximize one of the dice.
I see. It's the other one. Got it. Okay. Well, I guess I won't be maximizing it. That not as cool. But I will be upcasting it to 10d6.
That's almost lava level right there. I thought that was funny.
So that was only 9. If you meant 10, you get one more.
Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking 10d6. It's 9d6.
Oh, okay. Get it.
Very wishful. Yeah, and I'll be using that last short round superiority die as well for that that quicken.
All right. He will pass, but it doesn't matter even with success. That's enough to take him down. And the other guy. I think you can hit. Actually, can you hit them without hitting the other guy? Let me see.
Yeah, be in the same.
Yeah, you can hit that without hitting them. Sweet. Let me see with how he does. He will succeed. Yeah, so you cut through, you incinerate one of the Vogue, but you see the Knight of Union Shell, battered, broken, and hurt, is still standing. Malachi, anything else you can do?
No, I just noticed the last time that he made a dex saving throw, he only had +2, but this time he has +5. I don't know if it was something wrong with the mechanics or something there.
Oh, I'm not sure.
All right, he would have passed anyways with the 17.
All right, he is up. Oh, oops, what did I do there? He's going to rush past his dead comrades and run up to you, Arden. And you see he looks at you and just kind of goes, cowardice, and lashes out twice with his amphistaff.
Oh, is that me?
Oh, yeah, I got mixed up card and the cad.
But
It's new guys.
Both of those will hit.
All right.
wow, that's so much damage.
So 31 damage total, but give me 2 Constitution saves for target lock.
I'm going to use Uncanny Dodge, I guess, on the first one to cut it in half.
All right.
And then you said 2 con saves. There's 1.
Oh, I forgot to make make 2 attacks with my light blades as well. Tegan.
Perfect. Feel free to roll those now.
Okay.
Sweet. So you bring that down to 24 damage.
There, cool.
But you do lose target lock.
Yep.
Sweet. The first one will hit. Nice. He is looking rough. That saber cleaves into him. Horace, you are up. You are also unfortunately going to take another 10d10.
Reaction. Dispense force, 4th level. God, it's getting expensive.
Let me make sure on this side. Oh, you take damage. Good, yeah.
Yep.
Sweet. So, yeah, you will take 10d10, luckily, with resistance to the flames.
And 20 temporary HP, so basically 20 damage off of this.
Luckily, you
How
have
much
that
damage?
resistance to temporary HP. That came out to 67 damage. So that brings
That's
you
only
down-
33. That's 13 damage right there. And I have to ask something, Tegan. I meant to ask you this before a game, but I need to ask this now. Share life and its compatibility with Beacon of Hope.
I think
Because it maximizes any possible source of healing. That's its wording. Any possible source of healing.
Yeah, so you can maximize it, but would also maximize the damage you take.
How much HP does he have right now?
Let's see. Well, he's actually sitting pretty healthy. He's got, did I minus it out? No, he's not minus it out. He has 53.
How many dice does Share Life do?
48, I believe.
So that's 32. Well, ain't that perfection right there? Going to bonus action, quick and cast Seed. Because I imagine the med pack would burn up in the lava, and he's going to use his movement to get out of the lava. Assuming it's difficult terrain, he can move 10 feet up onto shore. If you can call it a shore.
It can. Now, one thing I will warn you is while he did let go of his tentacle, he is still within attack of opportunity range of you.
I mean, the alternative is you stay in the lava.
Yeah, that really isn't much.
Getting out of the lava. Getting out of the lava. Actually, I'll genuinely ask, does this thing genuinely expect someone to walk out of the lava? Would it be shocked?
It may be a surprise, but unfortunately not enough to confer an advantage there.
All right. Let's see it try.
All right.
Horse has an AC of 19. Resistance to kinetic and fire.
Luckily, he slashes. You see the tentacle kind of coming through the lava at you, and you are able to dodge it and make your way on land.
So, Horus is going to twin cast Share Life.
All right.
On the smuggler and Arden.
And you're getting low on force points too.
Oh yeah, no. The damage is going to take him to 0 for this if he's twin casting it. But that's also 64 healing to both Arden and what was the smuggler's name?
Cat.
Ken. So this is going to take Horus down, but can I describe how it looks?
Go for it, yeah.
So drawing as he's in the lava, he just feels the chaotic surge within him, feeling the force, feeling Mustafar, and he just draws it in, and he just starts to walk up out of the lava, burning, charred a little bit, and he just pulls in the force that is him, seeing his comrades fallen, and he will begin to say, "The Vong did not take me when they attacked my home. The Vong did not take me every time the Jedi sent me to deal with them. The Sith did not take me. The stars did not take me. The Force did not take me. And it will not take you. Not this day." And he will cast Share Life, giving 64 HP to both the Smuggler and Arden, pushing it forward into them and letting himself drop to his knees, momentarily unconscious. Hopefully momentarily. That will unfortunately also drop Beacon of Hope. And Horus is down.
You collapse to the ground, but not before feeling this energy rush into Arden, rush into Cad, bringing them back up to fighting shape. You guys see? And eventually lose track of the creature.
You cut out there.
Oh, I said you eventually the bubbles kind of submerge from the lava as the fire breather dives deeper within, and the group eventually loses track of the creature. That guy is dead. Cad, you were back up. Or sorry, yeah, Cad, you were back up. Yeah.
Cat is back up.
Just to confirm real quick, you meant to give 64 HP to the smuggler and the Jedi Knight.
Well, 48 apiece. Or 37 apiece? I forgot how much it was apiece.
Oh, okay.
No, it was 64 to both of them. It doubles the damage that Horus takes and gives it to them as HP.
Oh, nice.
Okay, just confirming that the two NPCs are getting full HP.
To be fair, I don't have full HP.
No, you made sense. Since it's the 3 of our turns and I'm literally on the ground dying, I didn't know. I was just wanting to make sure that the names weren't getting mixed up, but it's all good. Let's continue. No,
You got some
no take backs. We're committed at this point. It's okay.
To be fair, they are also associated with the Jedi.
Where are we at? We're at Arden. Got it. Cool.
No, we're at Cat.
Cad.
Cad, yes.
You muted.
If you're speaking, we can't hear you, bud.
Okay. I said 2 of us are very happy about this, so I think we're good. So as a bonus action, I'm going to take disengage.
All right.
And I'm going to start moving away from Crazy Guy. And then I'm going to take 2 shots against him with my blaster.
Light him up.
So the first one... Ooh, that is a miss, and I'll take 1 more shot.
Yeah, you see him swat the first one away with his amphistaff.
Nice.
Second one will hit.
That's not what I want.
He is going to try to saber reflect it. But
He'll
it's only
try.
1 damage. So light him up.
So 12 plus 46. I assume I can sneak still.
Yeah. Malachi's up.
So 16.
Luckily, that's more than enough to put him down. How do you take him out?
Yeah, so I go for the same double tap. He blocks the first one, so I send the second bolt low, kind of hit him in the waist, and drop him to the ground.
Sweet. You see him come crumpling to the ground. You look around the party, battered, bruised. But so far, you've made it through your first encounter on Mustafar. Well, somebody needs to pick up Horus. But you've made it to your first encounter on Mustafar, though the fire breather is still at large. We'll pick up next session to see kind of where you. I assume somebody has a med pack to give to Horus before we move on, right?
Yeah, I'll burn one.
Perfect. So you guys jack Horus in with the med pack. Yeah, you guys are up. You see the Yuzon Vong Shaper facility, ships in the air. You guys are on a hostile planet with a mission to do. That's what we'll pick up next session and see how it plays out. Well, for the usual, to find the station crew, Malachi and Horus, along with their Jedi allies, Arden and Cad, and see if they can pull through and survive Mustafar and eliminate the Terran attack. Next session. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you all. Actually, are you guys able to play next Tuesday?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be
Yeah,
good.
I'll be good.
We'll jump back in next Tuesday and see how the crew comes out. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.